Good morning, fellow review hunters and steamians. I have coffee and a bakery. It's a poorly, not adequate, pseudo sausage meat sausage roll. Why do I keep hitting my microphone stand? I bought a brand new stand and I'm still hitting it. Today, good morning. How are you? Not steam casting. Review hunt. That's what I want to talk about this morning. Fuck. So review hunt's been going about 4 or 5 days now. I'm pretty much through 2 of the campaigns, and there's one more campaign that I'm actually going to buy a Android phone just to use it, because they don't have iOS app, so they only have Android. So that's the first time I think I've ever done like brand advocacy for about 10 years where I've been inspired by the outcome of the project to go and buy a piece of hardware. I remember the first time I did it, when I started to get into video blogging the first time round, is that I bought a video camera for a client because they wanted video on the website, which was awful because it was using this like Real Player Helix or something. The video was like this big on the website. It was awful. I only used it once for that job, and it sat on the sideboard, which then made me look for citizen journalists and video bloggers, and the rest is history. So I'm actually buying an Android phone just to be able to complete the campaign. Now, I could use an emulator. I have actually got an emulator, and I did try it, but they were having a few issues with their login. There's some kind of Firebase issue. Hopefully they've resolved it. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that Review Hunt is going great guns, the campaigns are going great, the quests are going great, they're fixing the algorithm to make sure that your buzz factor is equal to your social channels and your outreach. There's going to be a lot of work needed on that. It's going to be a massive work in progress that for a while, I think. But I think that data is going to be hugely valuable at some point, because then all brands can kind of deploy tokenized brand advocacy, and literally go to an exchange, buy some tokens, in this case the Hunt token, ERC20, put a campaign together, even define, I think eventually you'll be able to define, like, I want to have X amount of people on this campaign and I want to pay this much. That's going to change rapidly. Anyway, the biggest point is that the power moves that Review Hunt are making are not even in the product yet, because the next stage for me in my head is, how do we onboard all the brands that we really fucking like? So there's a whole bunch of like digital nomad brands that I absolutely love their hardware, their battery banks, their solar panels, all that stuff, and they're desperately looking for audience, community, people that they can talk to on a daily basis to get feedback of like, should we price the product differently, or what do you need for your circumstances, rather than like a one size all fits product. So that's going to be huge. The affiliates and referrals is going to be huge. It's not even in the product yet. But the reason why I'm doing this video is that I was just doing my thing yesterday and I got an email, and it was from Review Hunt. Now, we don't normally get emails from any of the Hunt products. Steam Hunt, we didn't do that because it was all Steam based, whereas Review Hunt is a login and password. Now, what was interesting about that is that I got this email, and the text was, by the way, we noticed that you haven't joined this buzz quest yet. Did you know that you have X amount of dollars worth of rewards to grab from the quest via your 4 registered social channels? And I was like, oh shit. Like, that for me just set like a big kind of, this is going to be huge bell ringing for me, because most of the time brand advocates, influencers, they're either busy off doing something else, somebody's got in touch with them via the website, they're doing something on their Shopify site, they've got involved with an app, and you're just busy. You're just busy doing stuff, not necessarily always for money, you're just busy. So being able to get an email that's like, you have X amount of dollars in rewards if you take part in this campaign, and that's just one campaign. Imagine when the site's full of campaigns, 100, 1,000 campaigns that you can take part in. So that's really, really exciting. If you haven't got involved with Review Hunt yet, you really should take a look at it, because that kind of really moves the needle for me, right? To 11. Because if we're doing almost affiliate marketing, referral marketing by emails, by pulling people back in, then it kind of self-generates. And I also love the feature that's not in there right now, which is the ability for a maker to directly request you. So I don't know how that's going to work yet in terms of Are they going to define how many hunt tokens they want to spend, or will it just take it from our outreach of our social accounts? Because what's great about that is it inspires you to do better content, because then your social channels get bigger. The bigger your social channels get, the more payouts you get, because you've had more influence. And I think this is going to open a huge debate up about what is engagement and what is influence. It's a bit like the old days of like when people would just sell you clicks. You know, back in the days of the early internet, you could go on a website and it'd be like, get 100,000 like clicks to your website for like 99 quid. And you would end up with all this traffic and sell nothing. But people didn't realize that what they were buying, because they didn't understand. It's a bit like the whole gigabit and gigabytes, right? How much gigabytes of memory, gigabytes of hard drive space. Like, I could see people in computer shops across the land like having that meme with all the like science things happening over their faces as they're trying to work out what is a gigabyte, what is a megabyte, you know, what is that in size, can I see it? And so we're gonna have to go through that with this, because you're adding the crypto component to it. But if you've not checked it out yet, do check it out. We have got another campaign unlocking in about 3 or 4 days, and I think they've got a little thing up their sleeve as well. Also, I will say this, if you've not looked at reviewhunt yet, they are super focused on the Steam blockchain. This is not going to be like a D-Live moment. This isn't like a segue moment into like another chain, a bit like DTube, although I do agree with DTube's Avalon blockchain fork, if you like, because I just think it makes their platform so much better because of the limitations of the blockchain when it comes to video hosting and video websites in general. I don't know where I was going with that, so I'm just going to end it there. I need coffee. I've not had coffee yet this morning, but if you haven't checked it out, awesome big moves happening. Affiliates, referrals, you're going to want to get on that. Imagine if you're a massive channel bringing a brand to the website, and then that brand's like, hey, by the way, we want to work with you. It's like no brainer. You're getting the bonus from the affiliate and the referral, plus your social channels on there with the algorithm will tell you how much you're going to get. You're going to just get a double bonus. So why wouldn't you bring like brands to the product? Amazing. All right, I'll speak to you in a bit.
Drifting slowly into an empty space.